Yeah, we back. So I'm chilling, right? I'm scrolling through social media, and I see there's a debate taking place on the Twitter timeline as per usual. Now, I'm not on Twitter very frequently. I only stop by every now and again to see what's up with the world, catch up on some breaking news, things like that, or maybe try to find a piece of content to bring to their channel. But besides that, you don't really see me on the Twitter timeline. Too many people who are mentally ill on Twitter. Too many people who just shouldn't have a microphone that finally find an outlet to speak on Twitter. But I was on the timeline and I seen that there was this viral tweet. If you take a look up on the screen, it says, "I want the girlies to go for professional men so bad. A lot of black professional men got some hood in them. Don't sleep on them. Go build a family with a man with a career. The streets don't last forever." And I thought it was appropriate because over the past few days, I've been responding to pieces of content made by Dr. Umar Johnson where he tells professional black men that they're obligated to clean up after the mess made by other men. If another black man is a deadbeat and he abandoned his family, you as a professional black man, you are obligated to pick up the slack and clean up the mess made by another man. Yes. So if another man does not want to tend to his duties and she chooses an incompetent deadbeat, then you are obligated to step in and clean up after the mess made by another man. Now, of course, that sounds crazy, right? That sounds crazy. But, it's like if I don't mow my lawn, then my neighbor has to come mow my lawn for me. Like, what the hell is that? Anyways, man, so let's go through some of the comments. And because as you can see, this tweet got a lot of views, over 500,000 views, a lot of comments, a lot of responses. So let's jump into it, man. And instantly we are off to the races. Over here, we got a reply by a guy named Jay. He said, "Why in the hell does he have to have some hood in him? Why can't he just be a professional black man excelling?" Hey, I feel you, bro. I feel you, but hey, it is what it is, man. Anyways, somebody actually replied to the brother and said, "When we say hood, we mean street smarts that keep you from being misused and have the mentality to recognize and know it. Most importantly, having the lion in you to address the problem when necessary." So apparently being a man who's intelligent is apparently being a guy from the hood. You know what I'm saying? So apparently intelligence and being aware of your surroundings and being a man is now equivalent to being hood. Wow. Anyways, man. Listen. That's why I'm so against that ideology of Dr. Umar talking about other men got to fix the mess made by other men, because this is the mentality of our people. Anyways, so Jay came back and responded to that tweet. He said this: "I'm from the hood. Some of the most easily manipulated dudes I know are from right there in the hood with me. Some of the most cunning and versatile black men I know never grew up in the hood. Talk about it. Speak about it. Speak on it. Speak on it." We even had another brother come behind that, and he said, "Hood and street smarts are two very different things. Most white DAs ain't never seen a hood, but they know the streets better than plenty of hood dudes they lock up. Understand?" Shout out to the brothers on Twitter holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brothers on Twitter. Let's continue. A lady jumped into the comments. She said, "As someone who's dated mostly hood dudes most of my life, no, I'm not proud. A lot of black women don't feel protected, and honestly, most of us aren't. Hood men give us a certain sense of security, financially and physically. It's about security 95% of the time." So, listen, man, the reason why black men out here getting pregnant by dudes who, they have no money, they have no house, they have no job, they don't even have a car. The reason why is because they provide financial and physical security, right? That's why. That's why we have all these deadbeats running around, is because they are providing financial security. Man, I'm glad that we can add this to the scientific research. I'm glad that we are now getting new data to add to our scientific studies. Wow. So the reason why so many deadbeats, so many incompetent men who are the fathers of so many children of various households is because these are the men who are actually providing financial security. Wow. Wow, man. I love my black women, man. I love y'all. I really do. But a lot of y'all, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all really need a man. Y'all really need a man, because by yourselves, man, y'all just don't sound very smart sometimes, man. But shout out to the black women who are smart and choose good men. Shout out to the black women who understand what's going on. But a lot of y'all really need men in y'all lives, because without men, y'all would just walk into oncoming traffic. This is why men are necessary. Men are necessary because men are supposed to provide guidance, leadership, and structure. Without that guidance, leadership, and structure, our women are out here lost and confused, as if they're walking around blindfolded at night at 2 a.m. with no street lights. They do not know what's going on. Listen. Oh my goodness. And Dr. Umar wants professional black men to come. Jesus Christ. Anyways, let's continue. She goes on to say, I always felt safe with my hood dudes, but of course the reality is it never ends good. If a hood dude don't leave the streets alone, the ultimate fate is jail or death. How do you feel safe in an environment where the ultimate fate is slavery or death? Bruh, Dr. Umar, this what you want the professional black man to come and clean up? This what you want us to come and clean up? Tripping, big bro. Tripping, man. Tripping, man. Dr. Umar, you tripping, bro. Dr. Umar, you tripping, bro. A brother responded to that tweet and said the same thing I just said. He said, you feel safer with a man that's on a path to death or jail. Jesus Christ, man. Man, I love our women, man. I love our women, but man, without us, man, would they even be able to put their pants on correctly? Jesus Christ, man. Man, listen, father, hey, black men, you got to stay in your daughter's lives, man. You got to stay in your daughter's lives because without you, this is what happens without you, right? We bring so much to the table you don't understand. When we're not there, look what happens. Look how the women start talking when black men are not there to provide guidance, structure, leadership, bro. Competent black men. I'm not talking about these black men that's on the path to the cemetery and the jailhouse. I'm talking about real black men. You know what I mean? Listen, brothers, we gotta raise our children. We gotta stop being deadbeats because when you become a deadbeat, your daughter and your sons grow up to be very confused individuals. Anyways, let's continue. Now, she came back again with another tweet and she said, now, I've been in the corporate world for quite a while and dating professional men comes with a lot of perks. You definitely get access to a whole new world, but professional men require a certain kind of woman. If you're not on their level, they have no problem ghosting you. Now we understand why she feels more comfortable with the hood dudes. The hood dudes, he don't got nothing. The hood dudes. Now shout out to my brothers in the hood in the streets getting money, you know what I'm saying, dropping Benzes and all that. Hey, shout out to y'all, but y'all know y'all only like 1% of the population. Y'all know the vast majority of dudes in the street, man, they runners, they low level, you know, selling little, you know, grams and eighths and things like that. They not no big kingpins in the street handling business like that, bro. These chicks ain't running around with the kingpins of the city. They not. They run around with the dude riding around on a bike, dropping off quarters of weed. You know what I mean? So she said dating professional men comes with benefits, but if you're not on their level, they have no problem ghosting you, which is facts. I even talked about on my channel, man. Listen, as soon as a chick even say something, do something that I don't like, hey, I'm giving you the eviction notice, baby. I'm coming through and I'm serving you the eviction notice, and it's gonna come without warning. So this is why they feel comfortable dealing with men at the bottom, dealing with men who don't got nothing, dealing with men who are on the bottom of the hierarchy, because if they try to go with the professional brother who actually got something to offer, bringing something to the table, not only are they going to have to meet up to his standards, level up to his standards, because if you're not the woman that he wants you to be, listen, he going to delete your number, block you, and you're never going to hear from him again. And it's going to hurt you. Yeah, it's going to make your chest hurt. Yeah, it's going to make your stomach hurt. That's why they stay in their comfort zone, man. She said the quiet part out loud. Anyways, let's continue. Next tweet goes on to say, this lady says, we are at war against the government and our own people. Somebody ran up in the house before I have time to panic. He already got the strap and the baseball bat, about to handle that. That's what we mean by he got to have hood in him. We say we want men that can protect, but y'all don't listen. All right, man. Listen, bro. The white dude who works at Goldman Sachs. Listen, his wife is not demanding that he was a hood dude back in the trailer park selling, you know what I mean, selling meth to the other white boys and things like that. He can easily protect his family. He got a large arsenal of weapons to protect the castle, just like everybody else, and he never went to the hood. But the black man got to have a hood persona, a hood resume. He got to have a track record in the streets just to protect his household. Come on, bro. Come on, man. I don't know, man. Listen, I was raised by what some might call a nerd. You know what I'm saying? I was raised by what some might call a nerd. My pops had a 98 average. I seen the transcripts. He had a 98 average. But my pops ain't no punk. My pops ain't no lame. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no lame. My mother ain't never disrespected that man. My mother ain't never raised her voice to that man because she know he ain't tolerating that. They know he ain't going for that. My uncles the same way. Listen, there was never no hood dudes up in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Listen, of course, my folks are from out the country. I'm Haitian, but my uncles and my father and my grandfather, they weren't, you know what I mean, crime bosses up in Port-au-Prince. They were regular dudes, man, regular family men, you know, descendants of farmers and things like that. So I don't understand why this attachment to, you know, like you don't feel safe, you don't feel protected unless a dude has a track record in the streets. I don't know where this came from, bro. I don't know where this came from. I blame rap music. I blame rap music, man. I blame rap music. I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand it. You know, hood dudes can't even shoot. Hood dudes can't even shoot, bro. Hood dudes can't even shoot. And on top of that, when the police come, they run. When the police come, they run. Now, this is no offense to my brothers in the audience, the subscribers that might have a street background, but you know what I'm saying is fact. You know what I'm saying is facts. Street dudes ain't never went to war against the government, man. Talking about we at war against the government. That's not why young chicks is chasing after street dudes, because they want a man they want a warrior. They want a rebel insurgent to fight against the government. That's not why. That's not why. Ladies, we gotta stop. And Dr. Umar, how we supposed to? Dr. Umar wants the professional black men to come clean this up, bro. But this is what they saying, bro. Dr. Umar, you tripping, man. Dr. Umar, you tripping, bro. You tripping. But I don't want y'all to think I got a problem with Dr. Umar. But listen, certain things, man, listen, tripping, man. Anyways, let's continue. This brother came into the comments. He said, notice you don't have to convince black women to go for the average white guy, broke, poor, ugly, white, blue collar, etc., etc. That's because they respect white men as a whole. Once that respect is given to black men as a whole, there's no need to convince to have diversity in dating black men. And we have to understand, man, I can't even debate that, because like I said, I never seen a black woman demand that a white boy had to have a street persona if you wasn't selling meth in their trailer park. You know what I mean? Like, listen, when it comes to white boys, it don't matter, bro. It don't matter. You know, he could come from a trust fund background. He could come from, you know, a regular dude driving trucks. It don't matter. He's white. It don't matter. But when it comes to black men, you know, I don't know, man. Like I said, I never seen no black woman ask for a white boy to be street. I ain't never seen it, bro. I ain't never seen it. And to be honest, the whole street versus professional debate, I'm so glad that, listen, I grew up Queens Village, Shadyville, right? Went to St. Joachim till about 4th grade. So a lot of my childhood friends who I still maintain, who I'm still cool with right now, they are what you would call street dudes. A lot of my, you know what I mean? I'm like the only dude in my circle who don't really come from that background. A lot of my dudes, a lot of my homies from back in the day who I still maintain, a lot of them are street dudes. So me, I never really felt the need to attach myself to that persona, bro. I've always felt pride in my background. I've always felt pride in who I am, bro. Like, I embrace my identity as a square. I embrace the fact that I never caught a case. I never been to prison. The longest I've been incarcerated was a couple hours because they found some weed at a traffic stop. You know what I'm saying? The cops stopped me, you know, searched the car, found like a half blunt of weed, locked me up for a couple hours. That's the most, man. And that case was thrown out. So I embrace the fact that my parents are medical professionals. I embrace the fact that I went to a private institution all my life. I embrace the fact that I have 0 felonies on my record. I embrace the fact that I'm building my credit and my credit is good. Bro, I embrace these things, bro, as a black man, bro. And we got to stop glorifying the nonsense, because we've glorified the nonsense so long that it has turned the brains of a lot of our women to mashed potatoes, right? We've embraced the foolery and the nonsense for so long that our women now desire, they now have a craving to taste nonsense. They have we've created they have a taste for the nonsense now. You know what I mean? So we have to glorify the opposite. We have to glorify the brothers from good backgrounds, stable backgrounds. We have to glorify black excellence so the women can get their mind right? And then maybe we can do what Dr. Umar said. Maybe, but not right now, because the women don't have their mind right. Anyways, let's continue. Now, this next one is ridiculous. This brother goes on to say, when a woman says hood, she's not articulating it the correct way. The warrior archetype is what she desires, not the warlord or tyrant, but the warrior, a man who sets boundaries and defends what he loves, builds, and cares about. He will destroy anything that harms that balance. So, wow. Okay, so the dudes that's in the streets right now, running the streets, terrorizing the community, they are warriors fighting for the defense of the national territory, right? They are warriors defending what he built and what he cared about. Number one, the average hood dude, right? The average hood dude, like young dude, late teens, early 20s, just rolling the streets, waking up at 11 a.m., smoking weed, hopping on IG to hop in DMs and, you know, smash cheeks with the random thotty in the neighborhood. That type of hood dude, you know, the type of hood dude who the only type of money he has in his pocket is enough money to eat and enough money to smoke weed. That's the average hood dude, right? They are now equating that hood dude to a warrior defending the sovereignty of the nation. Oh my lord, bro. Oh my lord. So now women are going after hood dudes because they want a warrior. Like, it's very appropriate, because just yesterday I dropped that video about that young lady that lost her life because her ex-boyfriend, her child's father, who's a street dude, you know, felonies all over his record for violent offenses, met her new boyfriend, who was also a street dude, felonies all over his record for violent offenses. And then they got into a shootout, and then she passed away due to getting hit in the crossfire. Now, these men, their rap sheet says that all they've done is terrorize the community, but now this guy is saying that they're actually defending the national sovereignty of the community. Oh Lord, man, listen, bro. That's why I had to go in on Dr. Umar Johnson for 2-3 days straight, man. 2-3 days straight. Now, I still got love for you, Dr. Umar, but you just not living in reality. And this guy right here saying that street dudes are actually rebel insurgents defending the national sovereignty. I don't even know what to say to that. Anyways, this brother jumped into the conversation and he said this: I appreciate the honesty, and many women share this same sentiment, but these type of tweets are exactly why suburban black boys from 2-parent successful homes do everything they can for the street N-word aesthetic. CPG County. Now, I think that's an excellent point that he brought up, right? Earlier in the video, I had said that I've always embraced my identity. I've never felt ashamed by the fact that my father was a successful black man who married a successful black woman and provided an excellent quality of life for me and my sisters. I was never ashamed of that. I've always took great pride in that because I understand where my people come from. My people really come from the bottom, really come from the dirt, and we really sitting at a very nice level right now. So I've always been proud of how far my father took it in one single lifetime, right? In one generation, my pops took it from, the countryside of Haiti with no electricity to now it's Benzes on Beamers and properties all over the country and outside the country and nigga we rocking Versace and you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, we doing our fucking thing out here. So, I've always took great pride in my family's achievements. I never ever wanted to identify with the street dude aesthetic, but due to the fact that, like I said, I grew up in an environment, I grew up in Shadyville down in Queens up until about 4th grade. So my childhood friends, you would qualify them as street dudes, right? So I've never been a lame. You know what I mean? I've never been a lame dude. I've never been a dude who was awkward with the females, right? Meaning I could easily code switch. I've always kept up with the latest fashion trends. I was always fresh, just like any other street dude. You know what I'm saying? A street dude can't outdress me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come through in a flyer outfit and a more expensive outfit. If the street dude selling drugs coming through in the Benz, well, guess what? I was in my early 20s pushing up in the Benz, but guess what? I had an online business. I was getting legal money. I was paying my taxes. I wasn't running from the police, and I've always took pride in that. Man. So I've never felt intimidated by the hood dudes. I never felt intimidated by none of them. Because I know most hood dudes are not the stereotypical hood dude that's described, right? The average hood dude is not, Alpo and Rich Porter from Paid in Full, right? The average hood dude is not a big kingpin with all this money stashed under the mattress, right? This stereotype that's pushed by rap music and mainstream media. It's not that. I know the average hood dude is a dude riding a damn bike, you know what I'm saying? Riding a damn bike with no car, you know what I mean? Selling weed that's not even that strong, Like, bro, the average hood dude ain't no damn warrior defending the national sovereignty of the country. No, it ain't that, bro. It ain't that. So the whole debate between, the street dudes and the educated dudes and the professional dudes, whatever, I think it's pointless. I think we all black men, regardless. I think we all black men and we all brothers. And, the women are kind of goofy. They watch too much TV. But aside from that fact, man, it's up to the professional black men to create media companies to promote our image, right? We got to promote our image. We have to overthrow the image of the hood dude, the street dude, the stereotypical image of the black man that is shipped around the world by U.S. media, by Western media. We have to change that image by creating our own media houses, by creating our own movies, by creating our own record labels, pushing our own images and narratives, right? Because if we leave it up to these white companies to push our images and narratives, they are going to ship this image around the world. And that's why so many of our women desire that, because they think that's what a black man is about. They don't think a black man is supposed to be up in a STEM program trying to get into medical school, things like that. They don't think a black man is supposed to be a lawyer with his own law firm. They don't think a black man is supposed to have an online business in his early 20s pushing up in the bands with his own apartment. They don't think that. They think a black man is supposed to be on the corner, you know what I mean? On the corner, running from the cops, things like that, running from the ops and the cops, ducking bullets and shots. Like, come on, man. It's really, like, life isn't a movie, man. Life isn't, like, come on, man. What's that thing that Jay-Z said at the beginning of his song, Public Service Announcement? This ain't a movie, dog. This ain't a movie. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a movie. It's real life. It's real life. And a lot of our women, they think of life as a movie. This brother jumped into the conversation and he said this: very few professional black men came from or have any hood in them. Majority are from the middle class, and you're going to meet them in college. Get them before they graduate or someone else will. Now, I think this is a decent tweet to end the video on. And that's a fact, man. That's a fact. And I think due to the fact that so many of our women are looking for this warrior, this warrior protector that's in the streets selling weed and selling crack and selling coke. At the same time, he loves his people and he's gonna protect his wife. This fantasy that a lot of the women have. It's very unrealistic. It's very unrealistic, especially considering, like I said, most hood dudes are not kingpins. They are small fish in a large pond, right? Small fish in a large pond. and the dudes at the top tend to be more intelligent, tend to have a higher IQ. The average hood dude is a soldier, is a runner, is taking orders from somebody else. He's not no boss. He's not no king. He's not no real factor in the streets like that. And like I said, man, I understand why a lot of our professional class of black men ends up with women of other races, because women of other races, the white women, are not telling the white boys that, you know, you got to have some hood in you. You got to be from the trailer park, and you got to, you know, you had to be out here selling meth in the streets. Like, they're not going to tell the white boys that, you know, the white boys from the country club with they shorts that show their knees. Like, bro, they don't got this problem, bro. They don't got this problem. So I understand why the black equivalent of that, you know, the country club black men, you know, with their shorts on and they boat shoes. I understand why a lot of them just go deal with the white girls, man. I understand why a lot of them just end up floating to the white girls, because the white girls ain't really they're not gonna ask them about their street resume. They're not gonna ask them, you know, how many dudes you shot in the streets. Like, it ain't even like that. It ain't even like that. You gotta understand, when it comes to the white girls, just the fact that you're a black man, you are already hood just by the fact that you're a black man. Because you are a man with melanin, the white girls already see you as hood. They already see you as edgy. They already see you as street. They already see you as a bad boy, right? So for the black woman, in order for her to see you as a bad boy, you know what I'm saying? You got to have, like, you know, you got to be running from the cops and shit like that. You got to have a felony on your record. You got to do a lot. You got to terrorize your community and your environment in order to be seen as a bad boy for black women. But other races of women, due to hip hop culture, I guess, just the fact that you are a black man, that alone gives you the edge. So me, I only deal with black women, as I said before, but I understand why some of our brothers in the upper echelon, they be ending up with Becky and Katie and things like that. But it's unfortunate. I'm not going to generalize and say the whole entire black female population in America thinks like this, because I deal with black women in America. But like I said, I've never been thrown into any category. I've never been in the hood category. I've never been in the lame category. I've always kind of operated in my own unique space. A hood dude is not going to outdress me. A hood dude not going to pull up in a nicer car than me. A hood dude ain't going to have more money than me 9 times out of 10. And if he does, he's going to be locked away in federal prison within the next few years anyway. So it don't matter. He's going to be right back broke. So anyways, in summary, I thought it was an entertaining conversation, interesting conversation. And we can wrap it up right here, man. It's your boy Nefakari Desaline back in the building. Yes, indeed. Like, share, subscribe, Cash App in the description. And I'm gone. Peace.
Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in the ass, and I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart it be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas, falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling the tension. Enemy watching, he blocking my vision. Pay for the check cause I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young Money Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This is an art and they could never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play with my money, I see you ain't caught. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and you're smacking their faces.